Hey, what's going on, everybody? Matthew from therighttrader.com, and today we have a analysis of Tesla stock, which is actually pumping. We are up 6% today, and this move back above $200 was pretty key in my opinion. I think that the market is in a space right now to go higher. And of course, this has been seen across the board here. NASDAQ up 1.74% in the day. And a lot of good news coming Tesla's way. We have this right here: California to require half of all heavy truck sales to be electric by 2035. Tesla is going to massively benefit from this type of stuff. That has more to do with fundamental news, but as far as the technicals are concerned, you can see this really big green candle that we got here today. And on top of that, guys, what I want to point out here is we had already tested this area of right around $208. Okay, now back here, right, we tested it and we actually fell lower. This was the opportunity or the moment where we would have maybe fallen much lower to close these gaps here. Okay, and I'm not saying these gaps are not going to close, but right now it doesn't seem that likely. It seems like we're going to move higher first, okay, because we got a very sharp move higher after testing the support here, which is a good sign for bulls. So at this point, we can see that we have two massive downtrend lines, okay, that we've been having a lot of trouble breaking out of. This initial downtrend line, which we're going to come into contact with pretty soon, I believe, we should be able to break above this one. And what that means, guys, is from the current price, okay, if we just hit that uptrend line, that's about a 13% move. If we manage to break above it, I believe we're going to fly to at least this $270 area, which, by the way, closes this gap up here. And that's going to be a 30% move from the current price point. And I think that if we manage to hit this level, there's a very, very logical sense that we would clear the next level and push this up to $300 on the dot pretty much for a retest of the longer term downtrend line over here, right? Which we were only testing back in this area. So I think this is our target, $300 for the next 2 to 3 months probably. We're going to start climbing up to that level, guys, and it could happen a bit quicker than people expect. So I just drew out this white line. That's where I expect us to be heading next, guys. And like I said, this is a full 45% move from the current price. Now keep in mind, there are 1 or 2 clear resistance levels that we'll have to get above, right? Namely this initial downtrend line and then this area right here around 270. But that should not be that much of a problem, right? Because we already had some attempts, and I think this time we have the strength and the market to carry us higher. Like I said, look at how green the stocks have been. This is after a bunch of whole news with the banks, and yet we're still pumping. And by the way, right, the M2 money supply, it's been going back up. That means the printers are back on. Tesla is a stock that directly benefits from that, okay? It is a little bit of a riskier stock. It is a little bit of a more volatile stock, but at this point, guys, I'm thinking the medium-term bottom could be in. And we can see that after we hit our all-time low here, or our recent low of $100, what you're going to notice is back here, guys, I had drawn and I had predicted before anybody else. That's why you should subscribe to this channel. I regularly make videos on Tesla. I had predicted the drop based on this head and shoulders pattern over here, okay? And guess what? We certainly did get a drop after that, okay? We fell 70%. But here is the thing, guys. After falling 70%, we're much more likely to get a bounce, and a bounce is what we're getting. But on top of that, something that a lot of people will not notice on the chart, and excuse the messy chart here, actually I'll go ahead and clean up this for you guys. We'll just keep our $300 price target area. But here's what I want to point out, guys. This will make more sense now that the chart is clean. Look at this. We have our first shoulder, our second shoulder, and our head. Perfect head and shoulder pattern. That is exactly what we're looking for, okay? Let me clean this up one more time. Shoulder, head, and the next shoulder, guys. And of course, you know what happens after this. Once we break out of the resistance, which is literally basically right where we are at now, we have all that room to move up, guys. And look at how beautiful that is now that the chart is clean. Now, I want to remind you that we had the same exact pattern in bigger up here, okay? Head and shoulder pattern. You can go watch the video on my channel. You saw how accurate it was, right? When we lost support at $300, guess what happened? But now we're getting the inverse of that, guys. And it would make absolute sense after dropping from the high a total of 75%, very, very plausible for us to get a bounce from the low here from $100 up to $300. Okay, absolutely doable, guys. Absolutely doable, especially from the current price point, now that we have more support, more strength in stocks in general, and of course on the Tesla side. So keep in mind what's going on. Keep in mind this chart here. If you enjoyed these clean charts, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, guys. More videos on Tesla coming soon, and of course go and follow me on Twitter and check out my technical analysis master course if you want to learn about all those technical analysis patterns. Link in the description and all that stuff. See you soon.